I mean, you put your neck out there completely. You know,
Well, to contextualize it for people who live here in the US, I would imagine about 90 to 95% of people in India have either given dowry or taken dowry or both. So when you're communicating to the huge majority of the country and telling them that what they have been indulging in perhaps is not the best thing to do, and most probably the TV that they're watching your show on has also come in dowry. So you have to, which is why it is so important for us to communicate this with love. And we had this discussion very early on with the core team. I said, why are we, I mean, with what driving emotion are we doing this show? Are we doing this show with anger? Because then our conversation is different. And I'm not doing this with anger. I'm doing this with love. Because I really feel that only with love can you actually, you know, affect a person and bring about change. There are so many things that we need to, and we have to look inward. And I'm included in that. I'm not excluded in that. We have to look inward, you know, at ourselves.
but did it make people uncomfortable that you touched on these very, I mean, how did they respond?
Well, you know, by and large, the huge majority, the very positive thing I want to tell you is that the huge majority of Indians has just loved the show. And that speaks a lot for what India is today. It speaks a lot for the fact that India wants to change. India is ready for change. I mean, I would have imagined, none of us had imagined a show which is picking such heavy topics would be so popular across the country. And the fact that it is so popular really speaks well for us as Indians today. That we have issues, we have problems, but we want to leave them behind, we want to come out of them, and we really want to move ahead and improve ourselves. I think that's what the success of the show tells us.
Has there, like, how do you come up about choosing the subjects? I mean,
We have a lot of fights.
and I mean, are there subjects where you say we're not going to touch that?
No, so far that's never been the case. We've picked really difficult topics as well. One of our really difficult topics was untouchability, which is a big issue in India. The constitution of our country says that we're all equal, but in reality, that's not so yet. It's a journey that we have to, it's still a journey that we are on to reach there. Sure, equality is an issue in a lot of societies, I think, but in India, because of the way the caste system is, it just makes it a lot more complicated. And that's a very touchy topic as well. It's a topic that people feel very emotionally about. And 15% of India, roughly 15% of India is Dalit, which is the untouchable caste. And so therefore 85% is not Dalit. And we are communicating with the 85% of country, speaking to them about, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Is it right? Are we comfortable with it? You know,
So how did you go about that?
Well, I mean, in all our shows, in all our topics, we're just honest, but we do it with a lot of love. We do it with a lot of love, so that people, let me say this much, that while the majority of the people have loved our show, there has been a minority, probably in every topic, that doesn't like us. Like, there are a couple of men's organizations which hate me. They keep writing to me emails about men's problems, and why don't you take up men's problems? So we did, in fact, in our last season, we picked up masculinity. What is it to be a male? Because we figured that unless we relook at and hopefully redefine what a man is, you know, things are not going to change. So women have changed, women are changing, but men don't manage to change, by and large. By and large, we are a stubborn lot. So we thought we'd look at, you know, what is a real man? Is a real man someone who goes and beats up people? Is a real man a person who's a protector? Is he the guy who's going to, you know? So what's a real man? Is he? So I strongly feel that we have to, from the time that the child is born, you have to treat both children equally, whether it's a boy or a girl.